When I think about hope, I think about optimism, a mindset that despite life's difficulties, there is potential for positive things to come our way. And when looking at why hope is important, hope improves our social, mental, and physical well-being. Hope makes us feel more connected to the world and the people around us. Hope makes us feel less alone. So when I hear the phrase, spreading seeds of hope, I think of actively and intentionally fostering a sense of belonging, a community that sees each other and values each other's stories, and that works hard to cultivate opportunities that positively impact our lives. I cannot think of a more apt way to describe both the Fig Trees and Terrain's work. When we first started Terrain almost 14 years ago, we weren't using terms like community building or social justice or equity. We simply saw the status quo and wanted to topple that structure. We understood the transformational power of art and creativity and wanted to celebrate Spokane's vibrancy. We also wanted to emphasize the contributions of people who have been overlooked, marginalized, devalued, or silenced. As we've grown, both personally and organizationally, we have a greater understanding of the interconnectivity of class, power, and opportunity, and how this affects every facet of life. Today, we talk about our work as collaborative, diverse, inclusive, open-minded, visionary, supportive, and equitable. We aim to challenge others, to challenge ourselves, to collectively build alternate sources of power, and to hold on to our core values no matter the costs. We know art is a necessary and central component of helping us to understand ourselves and the world around us. Art connects us by bringing people and ideas together. Art heals us by giving us a voice and self-expression. Art literally saves lives. While I can't speak as definitively about the Fig Tree as I can Terrain, I do see a lot of parallels between our work. When looking at the Fig Tree's values, you see phrases like connecting people, sharing stories, building understanding, stirring compassion, exploring issues, offering reflection, opening dialogue, and inspiring people. But the Fig Tree goes beyond just talking points. They work hard to build relationships, and when you look at the kinds of stories they're telling and whose stories they're telling, they are putting their values into action. They are actively and intentionally creating an atmosphere of belonging and building a robust, compassionate, and empathetic community along the way. In fact, when the Fig Tree did a story about Terrain in May of 2021, it was super fun to see who mentioned the article, as it gave me a window into the dynamic and diverse group of people the Fig Tree represents. When thinking about why a publication like the Fig Tree is relevant, I think it's important to return to the idea of hope and all it represents. Numerous studies show that we humans are hardwired for social interaction. We crave these relationships in the same part of the brain as we crave food. It's life-giving. This is why I value organizations like the Fig Tree who work so hard to foster these kinds of connections and understanding. Terrain has always wanted people in our community to know that hope is possible, and it's organizations like the Fig Tree who are helping to pave the way.